Chapter 10 of The Worst Witch by Jill Murphy. At noon, the rising bell clanged through the corridors, but Mildred pulled the pillow over her head and went back to sleep. It wasn't long before the door of her room burst open. "Wake up, Mildred," shrieked Maud, seizing the pillow and hitting her friend over the head with it. Mildred screwed up her eyes against the daylight and saw what seemed to be hundreds of people around the bed, all talking and shouting. Maud was actually on the bed, bouncing up and down. "What's the matter?" asked Mildred sleepily. "As if you didn't know," replied Maud, breathless from bouncing. "The whole school is talking about it." "About what?" said Mildred, who was still half asleep. "Will you wake up?" shrieked Maud, pulling the bedclothes back. "You saved the whole school from Miss Cackle's wicked sister. That's all." Mildred sat bolt upright. "So I did," she exclaimed, and everybody laughed. Miss Cackle called a meeting in the great hall said Dawn and Gloria, two other members of Form 1. "You'd better hurry and dress. She'll expect you to be there." Mildred jumped out of bed and her friends went off to the hall. She was soon ready and ran to join them, shoelaces trailing along the floor as usual. Maud had saved a place for her, and Mildred was embarrassed to notice that everyone stared as she came into the hall. While they waited for the teachers to arrive, Mildred decided to tell her friend about Ethel. "Listen," she whispered, leaning towards Maud so that no one else could hear. "It wasn't my fault about the display. Ethel cast a spell on my broomstick that she lent me. I know because she told me. Don't tell anyone else, will you? But I want you to know because I don't want to think I was just being clumsy." "But everyone already knows," said Maud. "They do?" exclaimed Miss Mildred. "Who told them?" "Well, you know what Ethel's like," replied Maud. "She had to tell someone how clever she had been. She told Harriet, and Harriet thought it was a dreadful thing to do, so she told everyone else. No one's talking to Ethel now, and Miss Harborough found out too and was furious with her." "Shh," said someone. "They're coming." Everyone stood up as Miss Cackle came in, followed by Miss Harborough and all the other teachers. "You may sit down, girls," said the headmistress. "As you know, the school narrowly escaped invasion this morning. Had it not been for a certain young member of the school, we should not be here and would be hopping about turned into frogs." The girls laughed. No, girls, don't laugh. It would have not been funny at all had it happened. However, it did not happen. I proclaim the rest of the day as a half holiday in honour of Mildred Hubble. Mildred, would you come up here for a moment?" Mildred went bright red and was pushed to her feet. She stumbled through the rows of chairs, tripping over feet as she went, and clumping across the platform to Miss Cackle's table. "Now don't be shy, my dear," said Miss Cackle, beaming. She turned to the school. "Come along, school. 3 cheers for our heroine, Mildred." Mildred blushed and twisted her fingers behind her back as the cheers rang out. It was a relief to the heroine when it was all over. As they filed out of the hall, she was thumped on the back and congratulated by everyone except for Ethel, who gave Mildred the nastiest look you've ever seen. "Good old Mill," yelled someone. "We'll get out of our chanting test, thanks to you," said someone else. "Thanks for the holiday, thanks, Mill," and so on. Maud flung her arm around her friend. "You did look embarrassed," she said. "You went ever so red. I could see you from the back of the hall." "Oh, don't," said Mildred. "Let's go and fetch the kittens and make the most of our holiday." "One moment," a chilling voice that they knew so well. The 2 girls turned to find their form mistress standing behind them. They jumped to attention at once, wondering what they had done, which was all natural reaction when Miss Harborough spoke. This time, however, to their amazement, she smiled, a friendly smile, not like the usual curl at the corner of the lips. "I just want to say thank you, Mildred," she said. "Run along now, girls, and enjoy your holiday before it's over." She smiled again and vanished. The girls just stared at each other. "Sometimes," said Mildred, "I think she probably isn't as mean as we think she is." "Perhaps you are right," said Miss Harborough's voice from behind Mildred's ear, and the 2 girls jumped in horror. Mildred grabbed her friend's hand and they hurried away down the corridor out into the misty playground, leaving Miss Harborough's laughter echoing from nowhere along the empty passage. The end.